Hello, listeners, and welcome back. Happy Valentine's Day. And in honor of Valentine's Day, we are going to be discussing none other than the movie Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is a romantic comedy released in 2010, directed by Gary Marshall, who also did things like The Princess Diaries and Pretty Woman, which explains why we see a lot of familiar faces. Beyond that, the cast is packed full of some of the biggest names of our time. And be warned, as it is a long list of names, including Giorgio Lopez, Hector Alzano, Shirley MacLaine, Queen Latifah, Eric Dane, Topher Grace, Kathy Bates, Patrick Dempsey, Ashton Kutcher, Emma Roberts, Jessica Alba, Taylor Lautner and Taylor Swift, Jennifer Garner, Jamie Foxx, Bradley Cooper, Jessica Biel, Anne Hathaway, and Julia Roberts. All these actors star alongside together in this heartwarming film where we follow multiple storylines of romance and declarations of love on Valentine's Day. This film takes place in the forever loved city of Los Angeles. Our unofficial main character is played by Ashton Kutcher, as he probably has the most time on screen as well as interacts with most of the cast during the movie. The movie starts with him proposing to his girlfriend Jessica Alba. Next, he is off to his job as a florist, as it is the busiest time of the year, being Valentine's Day. Whilst there, he gets interviewed by Jamie Foxx, a sports reporter who doesn't have much care for romance but is being forced around town doing Valentine's Day stories. Then we introduce to Jennifer Garner's character, who seems to be having a romantic morning with her boyfriend. We then pan to Topher Grace and Anne Hathaway, who also seem to be having a happy morning, just starting a new relationship. But it seems that Anne may have a secret, however. From there, we are introduced to this sweet elderly couple trying to console their grandson as he misses his mom. We get a surprise when Taylor Swift is revealed with this 13 going on 30 remake elevator scene.
But I look outside my door, and my boyfriend's nowhere to be found. But there's like this giant white bear.
Yeah, the bear's there.
On the ground.
Oh, he's a cat.
From there, Garner goes to see Ashton, where we find out they are best friends. When he tells her that his girlfriend said yes to the proposal, she acts surprised, and he seems to acknowledge that people have been surprised that his girlfriend has said yes to his proposal, getting him to question what everyone else sees about the relationship that he doesn't. Things are only made worse when his girlfriend shows up not wearing the ring because she doesn't want people to ask about it. Things only continue down this bad path as we also find out that Patrick Dempsey, Garner's boyfriend, is a liar and cheat, as he has a wife and family. They foreshadow this with his juggling skills as a way of saying he is good at living multiple lives.
I figured. Doesn't Daddy juggle well?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we have Bradley Cooper and Julie Andrews be travel companions as they are seated next to each other on a plane to Los Angeles. Julie's character is a soldier who has been away for 11 months and is only back for one day to surprise a special someone, whereas Cooper's character might be having trouble with romance.
You have a problem with candy in the shape of a heart, which means you might have a problem with romance.
Next, we have Anne Hathaway working with Queen Latifah, who is a sports agent to Eric Dane's Sean, who is a football player figuring out his next move in his career, while Jessica Biel, his publicist, figures out all the little in-betweens. Now going back to our Taylors, and let's just stop on them for a sec. For those of you who may not know, this was like peak fandom when it came out. Not only was Taylor Swift just as popular back then as she is now, but Taylor Lautner was also on an all-time high with the Twilight Saga. Then, to top it all off, the two actually dated in real life.
I totally love him.
And I'm crazy about her.
So to have them appear on screen as a couple was like next level, especially for its time. And then despite how wacky the two are on screen, they are still really fun to watch.
5, 6, 7, 8.
I think we're okay. We haven't seen that one.
She tell you the Spitwad story?
Yes, she did.
Because of a few scenes of them at high school, this is where we also meet Emma Roberts Grace, who is planning on having sex for the first time with her boyfriend, which she feels the need to tell everyone about apparently.
Today at lunch, I'm gonna have sex with my boyfriend for the first time. Alex and I were supposed to have sex today.
Only they don't coordinate right, and it ends in a disaster, with the boyfriend running through the neighborhood naked. Because of this mishap, the two then decide to wait. Back at the flower shop, Ashton's day keeps getting worse as he finds out his best friend Garner is being cheated on and lied to by her boyfriend. Not knowing what to do, he asks a friend for help.
And stay out of it because it's really none of my business anyway. What's your opinion?
Well, I think you have to ask yourself, if the situation was reversed, what would you want her to do?
Deciding has to tell her with his first attempt, he tries, but not hard enough. She gets distracted. Then, back at his place, he returns home only to find his girlfriend trying to leave him. At first, you think she is the villain, breaking up with him and taking his dog, but after she explains how she's not ready for a committed relationship, you come to realize that maybe it was for the best. Realizing that he has misread all of the situations in his relationship, yet everyone else was able to see it the whole time, he can't let the same mistake happen to his friend, and tries to stop her before she goes to surprise her boyfriend. Trying to explain, she doesn't believe him and just thinks he is flustered from being dumped and decides to go anyway. Flipping back to Fox's character, he has just found out that Eric Dane's Sean is having a press conference. This is where he visits Beale's character, as she is Sean's publicist, so that he can have the first question at the conference. Whilst there, the two share a moment, if you could say that. Over the next few stages of the film, we have a few shocking revelations, like Shirley MacLaine's and Hector Elizondo's on-screen marriage isn't so sweet, as it's revealed that she had an affair years ago. It was honestly such a shame that they added this, as it was quite a heartbreaking storyline for such a beautiful couple. Garner's character confirms that her boyfriend does indeed have a wife.
Dr. Copeland married.
They just celebrated their 15th anniversary.
And Sean comes out at the press conference as gay. After the heartbreaking reveal, Garner then finds her boyfriend on a date with his wife. This is where we are given the epic revenge/breakup scene.
Starts by cutting off the pig's testicles, teeny tiny pieces, and shoves the mixture back up. Well, for lack of a better word, ass.
Now getting back to Anna and Topher's story, they are out for a date when Hathaway gets another call and needs to step out. Wanting to know what's going on, he follows her out. This is where he overhears her on the phone, and this is where we find out that she is a phone escort. She gets paid to give people phone sex. Topher's character doesn't know how to take this, however, and leaves. Once walking away, he goes to a movie screening. This is where he runs into Edgar, Hector's character. Whilst there, Edgar's wife also shows up apologizing, and the two make up. Seeing this, Topher's character feels as though he is being too harsh about his own relationship, seeing as these two can forgive and forget. As I said, definitely could have used a way better example, as the cheating trope is super harsh and as it was not needed, and they could have built a completely different scenario that still portray the same message. Either way, he then goes to Anne to apologize, and the two make up, concluding their story. Meanwhile, in this restaurant across town, Beale's character is throwing a Valentine's Day party, which Garner shows up to, releasing all of the rage into beating the piñata. At the party, Jamie's character shows up as Jessica Biel's date, and the two later kiss in the studio, concluding their story. It is also revealed that Bradley Cooper is Sean's, the football player's boyfriend, therefore concluding their story. Throughout the whole movie, we are partly following this young kid, Ederson, grandson to the older couple. He is waiting to confess his love by ordering a flower delivery. When the delivery is delayed, Ederson doesn't give up and demands his delivery. Ashton's character then takes him to see Garner, his school teacher and crush, whilst Garner's character, and as much as she appreciates it, instead tells him he might be better off giving them to someone his age, therefore prompting him to give the flowers to a classmate. Later, we see Ederson getting a surprise visit from his mum, who is revealed to be Julie Andrews' character. Then lastly, the movie ends with Ashton and Garner realizing realizing that their relationship should be more, and the two then kiss, therefore wrapping up the movie with the additional few bloopers. Well, there you go, that is more or less the movie of Valentine's Day. Is it a good watch for Valentine's Day? In my opinion, yes. As a surprise, we were very critical when it comes to this movie, as they felt it was cliche and didn't have much depth, but that is exactly why I think it is a good movie for Valentine's Day. If you are looking for a deep emotional film to get you in the feels, then this may not be the one for you. However, if you're looking for a cheesy, fun, funny, but still emotionally present film, then this is a good choice. It has multiple storylines, giving us a wide range of relatability, with things like young love, old love, you love, friends to lovers, and so much more. Moreover, people were worried that it did too much and wasn't logical. Most of the time, movies aren't made to be logical or realistic. It's fictional. It's all meant to be for fun. We actually want to live in that fantasy land for a little bit. Sometimes we don't want the heartache and realism that comes along when watching these films. We just want to stay in the fun. So even though it may not have lived up to the hype of New Year's Eve and Love Actually, it is still a fun, heartwarming, and guaranteed to keep you feeling happy and in love this Valentine's Day. That is all for this episode. As always, everything we discussed will be linked below along with my socials. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and follow. Feel free to leave all your thoughts and comments below. Thanks for listening.